All right, so starting the podcast here in a second. Maybe if they start the podcast, if this thing works.
Maybe.
Wait,
You broke it.
I did something wrong.
If it makes you feel any better, I would have clicked the exact same button.
Right, the one that says start podcast
podcast.
now. Yeah. Son of a monkey. Record. Create new recording. Yeah.
This is always one of those moments, however, like, is something recording and you don't know it?
Okay, there we go. We're on. All right, so now this is the High Performance Podcast. We're doing a dual kind of podcast here. We have the video version going and the recorded version for you folks listening on wherever you listen from. If you don't know, the person sitting next to me, the audio people can't see, but this is Alex. the video version will go out on Facebook. Yeah, pretty soon. So this is podcasting and it is videoing.
All right.
So the early morning AM folks have no idea who this is. This is Alex, and she has been with us for how long now?
January?
Right.
Well, January behind the desk.
Yeah.
But October.
You got to spend on October.
Yes.
All right, so this is kind of a meet and greet for Alex. I really want to introduce you guys to who she is, what she's doing, what she brings to the table for the team here. So when you see her behind the desk and when she asks really weird questions, you understand a little bit about where she's coming from. So far, we've had two questions that I've seen.
Yes.
The first question was,
Favorite Pop-Tart?
what's your favorite Pop-Tart? The only answer was strawberry.
I had one.
And then this week's question, or this time's question is,
how do you like your steak prepared?
how do you like your steak cooked? So if you see this bright and bubbly ginger next to me as you walk in the gym, she's going to ask you this question. What is this for? What are you doing that for?
Well, Addison Stevens,
Okay.
She was doing something for school,
Okay.
and then she was eating a Pop-Tart, and then that just kind of like spurred into asking Coach James and her dad, James, what their favorite was. And then we started writing it down based on Bailey's suggestion, and then it turned to like, let's just pull the gym.
Yeah.
And every time she came in for the rest of that week, she asked me how it was going.
I like it.
And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. We were talking, a whole bunch of people were talking about random things. Pop-Tart spurred into random conversations. It was great.
And this is how our brains work. So we at this, if you want to get hired at High Performance Athletics, basically you have to be like a rabid squirrel on pre-workout because we just ping from different ideas all over the place. All right, so let's back up. Tell us about you. Tell us about where you're from, kind of what you like to do, and then what brought you to Savannah.
Okay. Originally from South Florida, Jupiter, Florida, or West Palm, for people who don't understand that Jupiter is not only a planet.
Is that close to Uranus?
Hilarious. Haven't heard that one before. Okay. So yeah, grew up down there. Large family, so I was always running around with cousins, both younger and older. I'm kind of like middle ground. Running around hide and seek was like the favorite pastime, especially with our parents, because we were hiding and running around and they didn't have to pay attention to us. It was great.
Yep.
Like I said, I grew up down there. When I went off to college, I went to Gainesville, Florida. That's where University of Florida is. Spent the whole time there getting my bachelor's in APK. And then after straight out of graduating, I got a job with the...
What is APK for the lay people?
Applied Physiology and Kinesiology.
Right. So nerd is what she's like. Exercise science nerd is basically what she says. Okay, good. Check.
Yeah, a lot of anatomy,
right.
Physiology, that stuff. Yeah. So then after I graduated, started working with kids in the city, youth fitness organization. And then one of the board members for that company ended up owning a CrossFit gym in town. And then they were kind of looking to go in a different direction with their business. So they needed some help on the admin side of things. So I started doing part-time at both places. And then they got me into working out, doing CrossFit. I worked there for a month before I started working out. And it was interesting.
What was your go-to before you came to like a functional fitness style, like CrossFit exercise?
I went to the gym with one of my friends, and he and I just like went back and forth on like your stereotypical, let's go to the gym.
Chest and tries.
Yeah.
Back and buys.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
We started, there was an Olympic lifting platform at that gym, so we would play around with that.
Curl in it. Curl in it.
No, we would do actual Olympic
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not a lot.
Right.
It was not a lot.
Right.
Very basic things. Yeah. And then, honestly, when I started doing the stuff with the kids, it was a lot of functional fitness stuff, like outside. We had medicine balls, we had tires, we had the guy who created the company actually put in obstacle walls for them to climb over and crawl under.
That's real cool.
It was awesome. So I ended up doing stuff with them as well, because as I moved up in the company, I had other coaches brought in, and I kind of took like a overseer approach. So the other coaches, they would design the day's workouts, and I would be there just to make sure nobody got hurt, and if they had any questions.
Yeah, supervisory role.
I had to jump in and do workouts with them, essentially. So
Right.
I was doing that.
Was that Chris's place? Was that Liv?
Well, that was before Liv.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was CrossFit Gainesville, and then turned into.
No. That was Youth Combine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yes. And Chris was on the board for that company.
Cool. I got
Yes.
it. I got you.
Yeah.
Chris Thorndike's a mutual friend of ours. He actually runs a great business down in Gainesville, and we're friends to this day. It's just fortunate enough to kind of get her in here. Okay, so you're married,
Yes.
right? Husband's name's Cody.
Yes.
How'd you guys meet?
We met when we were 8 through a mutual friend.
Okay, 8, like 08?
8 years old.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. 08.
Like 18. I was like 18 or 8
no,
or
no, 8.
Wow.
8.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Tell me that story.
So we had a mutual friend named Dylan, and my parents were building.
Dylans are always jerks in history. Just saying like most of the Dylans I know are like jerks.
Another story.
I'm just kidding, Dylans. Just kidding.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, but yeah, so my parents were building their house that they live in now, and we were hanging out. There was like, when you see a house being built, the different dirt piles for things in order to happen.
Yeah.
We were there, me and my sister were playing. Well, Dylan shows up with a buddy of his, Cody, and they have toy guns, and they're being really obnoxious.
Yeah.
So we stole them.
Like anybody that likes anybody else does when you're that age.
Yeah.
You steal something. Yeah.
Yeah, we stole them and we hid them. And that's how we met. And then from that moment on, Dylan was like a brother to us. So like we were always with him. He was always with us. And then Cody would come over to our house, or we'd go over to Dylan's and Cody would be there. Yeah. We did not start dating when we were 8. That did not happen.
Well, when did you start dating?
We started dating when we were 18.
Okay, so high school sweethearts.
So, no. So we dated after we graduated high school.
Okay, cool.
Like for a month. And then we went to different colleges.
Right.
He went to Tampa, I went to Gainesville, and then it didn't work at all.
So it fizzled, and then you came back together.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then...
We restarted dating in 2015.
And then fast forward to now you're married.
Yes.
And then you moved to Savannah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he got transferred, or PCS, to Savannah.
Yes.
Where was he? Where were you guys before?
So I stayed in Gainesville
Right.
the entire time.
Okay.
And when his first station was in Hawaii.
Oh. You did not want to go to Hawaii?
The cost of living there is really expensive, and we weren't married.
The cost of living in Hawaii is too expensive. So you're going to miss out on the opportunity. Okay.
We weren't married. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got
So
you.
we weren't married when he was living in Hawaii. So that would have been crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. But I mean.
And you wouldn't have been able to live, like, we wouldn't be able to live together. If you're not married, you have to live. And you're not a certain rank, I believe. People can tell me otherwise.
That's okay. Nobody's going to cut, like, nobody's going to be like, whoa, the rank's
She's wrong.
Yeah. All right. So what has been other than obviously the best part about moving to Savannah has been the gym, but what is the most interesting thing you've learned about the new city you live in?
I did not know St. Patrick's Day was as intense as it is.
Yeah. It's a full-on day of debauchery.
Day?
Yeah.
Weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. When it falls on a
4
weekend like
days.
that. Yeah. But if it falls on like a Monday, it's still just as bad that day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. I experienced it. I went to
What was the most
downtown.
surprising thing you saw on St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know. I didn't spend like that much time downtown.
You could the best people watching in the world is St. Patrick's Day in Savannah.
It was really it was early-ish in the morning, so I
So
feel
folks
like
are still hammered. Yep, got it.
Oh, absolutely. We were down there from I would say 10:30 to 2:30, 3.
That's like 8 hours into drinking for most people.
Yeah,
Down there.
I think so that we watched the parade while we were there. I think one of the most interesting parts of the parade was, for some reason, the people around us all started cheering, and then a man in the parade was so happy that people were cheering that he pointed the group out, walked over, took a flask out of his pocket, and handed it to everybody in the crowd to drink with him.
They were friends.
They did not know each other.
Wow.
They did not know each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who was this person?
I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea. I didn't know a lot of people who were in the parade.
That's funny.
Yeah. He was wearing like a green suit, but that narrows it down by...
Did he have a sash on at all?
No sash.
Okay.
He was not...
Not like a part of the official parade.
No, he was in the parade, but he wasn't like a
official.
grand person.
Right, no, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He was like one of the estranged family members of maybe some... I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. A flask.
I mean...
And just handed it to everybody.
Why would you not walk around with a flask at the parade? Just because...
It handed to
random
at
strangers.
least 10 strangers drank out of this man's flask.
One of them could have had herpes. You never know. It's just super bad for you to do that health-wise.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, so fast forward to today. What has been the thing that sticks out to you the most about our community, our gym, that you like, something that you like? Oh man, I really enjoy this aspect of what we do.
Yeah. This gym in particular, it wasn't necessarily one person that kind of brought me in. It was a lot. A lot of people were super welcoming. I went to a couple other gyms, and no other place had the same, as cliche as it sounds, warmth as this one did. There wasn't like one person stationed as like the welcoming committee, like, hello, my name is. No, It was everybody in that class that I had jumped into, and they were just full on like, hi, Alex, and they used my name, and it was,
For you guys that are listening, Alex just said the word warm, but she has no idea how warm it gets in here. Just wait. We're talking temperature-wise now, and she's talking emotional-wise.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Gainesville gets pretty hot.
Gainesville's hot. Gainesville's very hot.
The armpit of Florida.
Yeah, so we're actually in the armpit of Georgia, too, so I think Tallahassee is more the armpit of Florida.
I think technically, like, if you look at it, because it's in that curve, but there's no wind in Gainesville.
Right.
None.
Yeah, we have a good coastal breeze here, which is pretty nice.
It is a swamp.
Man, it is literally a swamp.
It is.
Yeah, in Savannah in August, it is stiflingly hot.
Right.
I mean, it punches you in the face.
Cool.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Right, so this doesn't bother Alex at all, because if you have ever seen her behind the desk, she always has a heater on. Today, I stand corrected.
It's not on.
The heater's not on. Mm-hmm. But it can be 82 degrees in the gym and feel amazing, and Alex has a heater on her feet.
85.
It's got to be 85.
It feels good. It's like, I explained, I'm pretty sure this was James yesterday. It's like a hot tub. Like, you don't have to get in a hot tub because it's freezing. It just feels good.
No, it's not like a hot tub. It's like some weird Joe Biden person, like breathing on your neck. It's so weird to do that.
It's not positioned on my neck.
Right.
It's on my feet.
Yeah, but like your feet are the neck of your legs, which is super weird.
Not learn that anatomy.
Oh, right. Yeah, the foot bone's connected to the neck bone, clearly. All right. So, if you could set a goal for yourself for the next 6 months, for you, lifestyle-wise, so like your personal life, and then professionally, what would that be? 6-month goal. I'm putting her on the spot here. I did not preface these questions with her at all, so horrible interviewer from my standpoint, but I like putting her on the spot. The
Okay,
silence
what
on the
what are my segments?
right. The
What are my
silence on the
different-
podcast. So, in your life,
Okay.
what's a good 6-month goal for you to have for yourself?
I think I'm like almost constantly working on food and nutrition
Yep.
for myself.
Okay.
Like I'm not there yet, and I've been working on it for years. It's just like constantly, just like small goal at a time.
Yeah. So always tweaking, and you feel like in 6 months you'll have a better tweak on where you are from a dietary standpoint.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah. My eating habits are not the best. My taste buds hate life, as I like to say. Yeah.
What's your go-to Vice food then?
Oh.
Like what? Like
My go-to Vice food?
Mhm.
I mean, you can ask Tracy. It's tacos.
yeah. So tacos are you can make them healthy, but
I'm
like
saying or pizza.
okay.
I'm not saying it's like I don't eat healthy per se. I just don't eat a lot of different foods.
Oh, you're a redder. You're stuck in the red a lot of times.
I don't eat a lot of different foods, and
Chicken, broccoli, brown rice, done.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't eat
All right.
broccoli.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Don't even ask Alex about like how she eats. She's got the weirdest taste ever.
Yeah, I'm constantly trying to add more foods.
Okay. Cool. All right. And what about professionally?
Professionally,
Mhm.
I'd like to start coaching more.
Boom. Got that covered.
Yeah, I want to start. I want to keep coaching.
4:30 today, as a matter of fact.
I also so I did that whole schooling thing. I want to get back to it a little bit. Not necessarily go back to school per se. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know what I would go back to school for, and I don't want to dive into something without being completely like I'm 100% in.
Right.
And because right now I'm not 100% in, I'd like to just go back and kind of review and refresh information and stuff that I have learned that maybe it's not on the top of my brain. It's in there.
Right.
But yeah.
All right. What is one piece of advice you would give to somebody who's on the fence about starting their exercise journey?
Oh, I know this question very well. Just do it. Whether it's
Hear that, Nike? Hear that, Nike?
Yeah.
Just do it.
poster child. No, it's really just get started somehow. Whether it's making the phone call or getting in your car and driving somewhere to talk to someone. If you go somewhere, if you go to a gym and someone is mean to you, go to a different one. Because I guarantee you, there's going to be someone at a gym, maybe this one, that's going to be very nice and help you and has probably, most definitely, been in the same position that you have been in, or they know someone who's been in your shoes. Yeah, my best advice is to just start.
Cool.
And just like I do with food, like small things at a time. Like you don't have to go into the gym. Call, email a gym.
All right, we're going to go 30 seconds, rapid fire. All right, so
Okay.
First thing that comes to your head. All right, favorite color,
Green.
favorite food,
Pizza.
favorite song.
Oh, that was so hard.
That was so hard. Who's that by?
Song.
Because that's what she said.
I'm gonna go Perfect by Ed Sheeran and Beyonce was the duet.
Wow. All right, favorite movie right now.
The Lion King.
Oh, hands down, like the
Yeah.
new one or the?
No, the new one
cartoon?
hasn't come out. I'm very scared for it,
Oh.
honestly, because how much the cartoon. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Wars.
Yes. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Who's your favorite superhero?
Ooh. See, this is weird
Mhm.
because I'm gonna say Wonder Woman. I know she's not Marvel.
Right, I get it. She's a very good role model for every little girl.
It
out
sounds
there.
really cliche too because it's I'm a woman. She's a woman.
She's a
whatever.
goddess.
She's awesome.
Yeah. She's an Amazonian goddess. Like, let's be honest
she was
about that.
awesome. But if I have to, because I said Marvel over DC, if I have to go with a Marvel,
You don't have to. No, it was favorite superhero. So
all right, yeah, it's Wonder Woman.
All right, favorite food
Pizza.
and tacos.
Yes.
Pizza and tacos. Let's make
Yeah.
sure we're on the same page there.
Yes.
All right. And then last but not least, favorite book you've read in the last year.
In the last year.
It had to be a book you've read, not audibled.
Last year.
Okay, name any book you've read in the last year. Okay, can you read?
I can't.
Okay,
read.
good. We got that done.
Well,
we can
this
read.
is my favorite book.
Fantastic.
I immediately thought The Life of Pi.
Okay, that's a great one.
That is my favorite
Okay.
book. Do not watch the movie. Does not do it justice. I know that is also a cliche thing to say where people are like,
Not as good as the book.
no. It was so good. It was really hard to start. I think I started it 5 times. Like, no, put it down and read something else. But after you get to like the 3rd chapter, it was
Super good.
Super good. I found myself, this is the only book I've ever done this for. I pulled post-it notes out and actually like put post-it notes in the book to kind of be like, this is a perfect thing to come back and read.
I love books like that.
Yeah.
That you can come back to and read over and over again.
Super good. It was a story within a story, and I didn't know until the end. It was, yeah. No,
Well, spoiler alert, story within a story there.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It wasn't one of those cliche, oh, I was dreaming the whole time things, though.
Oh, yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
I really think they're going to end like Walking Dead like that. Like Rick's going to wake up and he's going to be, oh, we're dreaming the whole time. That would be so
used to
stupid.
watch that show, and it went on and on.
All right, if you guys come in the morning time, you probably won't get to see her. I want to introduce you guys to her. Again, this is Alex. She is here now. She's at our front desk. Probably get a phone call from her coming up soon or something like that. And if not, you'll see her on the floor coaching pretty soon as well. So, Alex, thank you very much for being a part of today.
Thanks.
All right, see you guys. Boom. And